All right, so you don't know him. Albert Samuel Mayfield, or Jack, was my grandfather. He was a coal miner, a truck driver, a barkeep, and man, he loved this line. Sadly, the story I'm going to tell you is 100% true, though, and I was there. So those big fellas on the outside edges at 6'8", 6'4", those are my sons, Brandon and Tyler. The poor bastard in the middle is my son-in-law. He married their sister. He can't buy a break. But the boys weren't always that size. As a matter of fact, this story goes back sometime when they were 10 and 12. It was the last night of school. They went to an event, and this marked the beginning of summer. Mom and baby sister headed home. We headed for burgers. So as we drove down the road, a peculiar thing happened. I thought I saw a body lying on the side of the road. I was sure that I was wrong, but as I got closer, I saw it was right, and I did a U-turn. There it was, lifeless and still. But even more disturbing, there was a body standing next to him, and as I pulled up, he fled. I did the only thing I could think to do. I slammed on the brakes, instructed the boys to stay where they were, dialed 911, and ran toward the body, not knowing what I would do at all. As I got there, other cars had started to pull over, particularly one. A woman ran from her car screaming, "I'm a nurse, back up, I'm a nurse." Here we found this body, long hair, tattered clothing, boxer shorts, his head perched to the side. The nurse came over, she knelt down. She turned his tilting head upward toward the sky, and when she did, thick matter poured from his nose, eyes, ears. I was mortified, and just as I expected her to say that he was dead, the unspeakable happened. Police cars came from everywhere, and EMT pulled up. Chaos ensued. I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen next. Then a really weird thing happened. The EMT came out of the ambulance and looked right at me. "Jeff? Kathy?" I hadn't seen her since high school, but before she could say much of anything, a police officer came up. "Hey, what happened here, guy?" "I don't know." All right, we'll go with that for now, but stay here, do not move. Kathy leaned forward and said, "You should get some counseling for your sons." Wait a minute, what's going on now? Because they're putting police tape all around my car. I didn't do this thing, I pulled up, I'm a bystander. You don't look like a bystander to me. Before I could object too much, they were under my car with flashlights. At this point, the body that had run away from the body lifeless came back. He claimed that he was the brother. There was an argument, they were drunk. Big brother tried to pull out. Little brother wouldn't allow him. He stood behind the car. At that point, big brother went to the top of the road and boom, hit by a car. The only weird thing is the body lay perfectly perpendicular to the road. I would have thought he would have been thrown 50 yards and landed in a slump. But before I had an opportunity to even place that out, the police officer said, "Come with me," and we were off to the police station, my two sons and I. When we got to the police station, they divided us, they put us back together, they mixed up the groups, tons of questions. They finally determined it was not us that did this. They released us. As we left the police station, the boys were very, very quiet until Tyler said, "Are we getting a burger or what?" So somehow I thought maybe that counseling wasn't going to be necessary. They hadn't seen anything. Sad as they were, we marched on. I started getting phone calls from all sorts of people, insurance companies, detectives, you name it, but I got a call from a friend. She said she knew the dead man and asked if I would talk to little brother. He was having a very hard time. I thought about it, but it made my stomach hurt. A couple of days later, I was meeting with clients for dinner, told them my story, and in walked the brother. When I told them that, they looked at me like I was delusional. I couldn't get away from my own story, but it was him. I went over and I talked to him. What do you say? Condolences, best wishes for their family, sorrow, but I did not offer to meet with him. I should have offered to meet with him. A few weeks later, I heard the terrible news that little brother had taken his own life. So the story was only partly true. They were drinking, they were fighting, but it was little brother that tried to leave. And big brother, to keep his brother from harm, laid down behind the vehicle, but little brother pulled out anyway. Seeing what he had done, he grabbed the body, he rushed it up to the road, he laid it beside the road. And that's when we came up. That's what happened. So there's so much I want to tell you about this story. I can't believe how quickly time has gone. We'll leave you with three things. We are connected in ways that we cannot realize. If you have number two, if you have a way to meet with somebody and help them get over their grief, do it at all cost. The hand that you hold could keep them from becoming the tragedy. Thank you.